True Crime Grapevine fans. It's me, Patty Lee. You know what the deal is. Like and subscribe. Sure, that'd be great. I have some guests. You can't see them. They can't be on camera because they're contracted by media. But, hey, give a shout out to the True Crime Grapevine fans. Woo! See? We're actually, I'm taping on Wednesday, I believe it is. It is not Wednesday. It is Tuesday? Mm-hmm. Sure, it's Tuesday. It's you know, there's so much crime and not enough time. I get a little confused. But I was going to tell you, after I tape this episode, and there is so much crime, I'm going to have to do like 3 of these updates just to catch everybody up. But I wanted to let you know there's been a crime of a different sort that maybe I'll cover. Oh, it's called A Crime of the Heart, and it's the scandal of it all. Oh yes, I know you've heard of it. It is a crime. A crime against humanity, if you ask me. And Sandoval, yeah, he's the criminal. He's a bad mamma jamma. We will talk about that later. Okay, so, true crime fans of actual crime. I have updates from my last episode. I've only put up one case, and we've already had an update. Yay, Nikki was found, which is great. She was found alive, which, come on, let's be honest, how many of our cases do we get a happy ending where actually somebody is found alive? What's really interesting is, so the last time I did an update on this case, I mean, it was the first time I introduced this case, Nikki Alcaraz, I want to say, you know what I want to say, is the island. That's not what her last name is pronounced like. She was seen reselling her phone, her cell phone. And you had to wipe it first. And if you remembered or saw that case, you knew that I was very concerned that she would wipe all the data off her phone to resell it. And there were pictures of her smiling, but the smile was to match her license. And the rest of the transaction, she seemed a little not very happy. And her boyfriend was standing very close to her. They had had a domestic dispute, and she had gotten beaten up quite a bit. And there were pictures that I showed you last time of her bruised all over. Yeah, those were taken by the authorities in New Mexico. I'm not sure. They said they were both drinking, and both of them looked hurt a little bit. I mean, but she had the you-know-what beat out of her. So I'm not sure how they were like, oh, and he had some blood on his nose too. So even Steven, as we saw in the Petito case, how that works out, not well. So, of course, we were all frightened when we heard that while she was supposed to be separated from him, again, shades of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie, similarly, she was almost out of town. A friend came to drive her to her ultimate destination. They were going to Orange County. She went back to him and said, no, I'm going to continue the trip with him. And that's when we found out they just disappeared off the map. They did not go to Orange County. Nobody knew where they were. Then suddenly, a month later, almost 3 weeks, they were spotted in a Walmart in Redding, California, which is Northern California. And let me just show you, if you can see behind me, this is Flagstaff. That is where the Jeep that they were riding in was caught by a license plate reader. This is where they were supposed to be going. So, as you notice, the red line goes nowhere near Orange County. No, the red line goes all the way to Redding. And Redding is where they were caught on tape, her selling her phone. And everybody was very concerned because they hadn't heard from her, seen her, and she was now selling her phone and way away from where she was supposed to be. Well, they were found in Eureka. So somebody tipped off the police, or the police were looking, but because the case had blown up, I believe it was even the night that I filmed the case, she was found, which is great. But it is interesting to know. Now, what exactly was happening? Why were they so far away from where they were supposed to be? And why did they continue to move in a different direction? And if you're familiar with the United States, you know that up above California are 2 other states and then Canada. So was he taking her out of state? Or why was he taking her near the ocean? Let's not even imagine those possibilities. But she is safe. He has been taken, as I said, he's been arrested. We knew that he had unrelated a bench warrant out for theft, I believe, in Tennessee. So was he just running because of the bench warrant and convinced her to go with him? We don't really know the rest of the story, except Nikki has been found safe. She's separated from him because he was extradited back to Tennessee. And let's hope this remains a happy ending and she remains far away from him, because domestic abuse is no joke.